Namaste everyone. Hello. How are you all? All good? Okay, so let's begin today's session. Sit in any comfortable pose. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and long exhale out. Inhale and then exhale. Let's chant 3 times Om together. Inhale. Now join your hands together in front of your heart center. Bow your head down. Open your eyes while blinking. And namaste to everyone. Okay, so let's warm up ourselves. Sit in any comfortable pose and then stretch your arms up over the head. Interlock your fingers and then turn your palms up. Pull your abdomen in. Stretch your hands high. Exhale. Lower your right hand down on the floor to the right side. Left hand up over the ear. Look at your palm and then stretch. Now inhale back to the center. Arms up over the head. Exhale on the other side. Drop your left hand down. Right arm up over the ear. Stretch and then hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale back to the center. Exhale. Now we will do twisting. Grab your right knee with the left hand. Right hand back on the floor. First inhale. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Twist your spine back. Twist from the navel center and look back. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to the center. Exhale on the other side. Grab your left knee with your right hand and then twist your spine back. First elevate your spine and then twist back from the thoracic region and then look back again. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale back to the center. Now stretch your hands up over the head again and grab your elbows together. Now push your hands away from your head and then try to lift your head up. Pull your abdomen in, elevate your spine, push your hands back away from your body, and then stay. 1, 2, and 3. Now release your hands down on the mat. Now come up on the tabletop. Your palms directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your butts. With the next inhalation, lift your head up, make a nice arc on your back, look up high to the ceiling. Exhale, drop your head down, hump on your back, squeeze your abdomen in. Inhale, head up, Look up high. Press your palms. Exhale. Lower your head down. Hump on your back. Squeeze your abdomen in. Inhale again. Pull your chest up. Head up. Stay. Hold. 5, 4, 3. Keep pulling up high. 2, 1. Exhale again. Lower your head down. Hump on your back. Squeeze your abdomen in. Now make a cup of finger with your both hands. Now make a cup of finger with your both hands on the floor. Push your hips forward. Drop your head down. And then here, engage here. 3, 2, 1. Now flatten your palms on the floor. Again, lift your head up. Now extend your both hands forward into this extended puppy pose. Try to lower your abdomen down, stretch your shoulders, and stretch your spine together. Breathe in and then forcefully exhale the air. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Keep on stretching. 4, 5. Exhale, release back to the child pose. Now again, swing yourself forward into the tabletop. Now send your legs back for the plank. Now drop your knees down, chest down, and chin down on the floor for Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, swing forward for the Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, chest open. Exhale, roll back on your toes for Parvatasana or downward facing dog. Bend your both legs at the knee one by one. Bend your one leg at a time. Stretch your hips high. Now take your right leg up in the air, all the way high. Slightly bend your right leg at the knee. Right there, yes. Reach up high. Now look at your right foot from outside of your left hand. 1. From outside of your left hand, look at your right foot. Very nice. Reach up high. 2. Like this. And then look at your foot. 3. Pull. 4. 5. Exhale. Step your right leg in outside of your right palm. Step your right leg outside of your right palm. Keep your back leg straight. Very nice. Now drop your forearms on the floor. Keep your back leg straight. And then push your front leg away from your body like this. Push your right front leg away from your body. Forearms on the floor. And then hold. 1, 2, 3. Keep stretching out. 4 and 5. Press your palms on the floor and send your right leg back for the plank. Drop your knees, chest chin on the floor. Inhale, swing yourself forward for the Cobra pose. Exhale, roll back on your toes for mountain or downward facing dog. Now take your left leg up in the air all the way high. Now open your hip out and then look at your left foot from outside of your right hand and stretch. Hold. 1. Yeah, Miraji, take your hips more higher. 2. Yes. 3. Bend your left leg at the knee. Bend your left leg, upper leg. Yes. 4. Look at your foot. Reach your hips up. 5. Exhale, step your left leg outside of your left palm and keep your back leg straight. Now slowly, gently drop your forearms on the floor. Forearms on the floor, look front, and then push your left leg away from the center line of the body. And hold. 1. Keep pushing out. 2. Breathe in and forcefully exhale. 3. 4. Keep on stretching out. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. and 10. Now press your palms on the floor, send your left leg back for the plank. Drop your knees, chest chin on the floor. Inhale, swing yourself forward. Exhale, roll back on your toes for the mountain or downward facing dog. Now again, stay here. Now bend your knees, jump forward for the halfway look up. Exhale, completely bend down, stretch your entire body from the posterior group of muscles. Inhale, stretch your arms up over the head, all the way come up high. Pull your chest up, don't push your hips forward. Exhale, again bend forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Now step your right leg forward in between your both hands for the warrior A. Hands up. Push your hips down towards the floor. Exhale, hands on the floor and jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now left leg forward in between your both hands. Arms up over the head for the warrior A again. And then hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release your hands down and try to jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now stay here. Pedal out your legs one by one. Bend your one leg at a time. Keep on stretching out and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing your shoulders down towards the floor. 5. Flex your shoulders. 6. Now jump forward for the halfway look up again. Exhale, completely bend down. Inhale, stretch your arms up over the head, all the way come up high. Exhale, bend forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now again, drop your knees, chest chin on the floor. Inhale, swing yourself forward for the Cobra pose. Exhale, roll back on your toes for downward facing dog. Now jump forward for the halfway look up. Exhale, completely bend down. Inhale, bend your knees, stretch your arms for the chair pose, Utkatasana. Now join your hands together and then hook your right elbow on your left knee. Now hook your right elbow on your left knee and then twist your spine. Keep pressing your hands against each other. Now inhale back to the center for the chair pose. Exhale on the other side. Hook your left elbow on your right knee and then twist your spine. Inhale, again come back to the center for the chair pose. Exhale, hands on the floor. Inhale, halfway look up. And then exhale, jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now swing forward, drop your knees, chest in on the floor. Now swing forward into the Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. So now we're going to discuss about this Cobra pose. Okay, so just feel the extension. Where are you having that extension in this Cobra pose? Let me know this. Okay, now see, we can squeeze our hips and we can also release our hips. Just feel like which one you feel more comfortable. Okay, now completely bend down on your abdomen. Lie down on your abdomen. Now squeeze your butts in Press your palms beside your hips, squeeze your butts, and then try to get to the cobra pose or bhujangasana. Pull up high, pull your chest up. Now cobra pose. Now observe the posture, bring the information from the floor, and feel like what are you feeling in this. Okay, now release again, release down. Now don't engage your hips now. Now try to lift your chest up, pull up high, all the way come up. Now pull up high and then hold. Elbows bend, elbows bend, elbows bend in this cobra pose. This is not full cobra pose or Purna Bhujangasana. This is your cobra pose only. Okay. Elbows bend. Don't squeeze your butts. So did you feel any difference in between both of them? Which one you feel more comfortable with, that engagement of your butts or when you relax your butt? If you did not understand, do it one more time, then you will get the answer. Yeah, Varungaji, which one you felt more comfortable?
I felt that the one in which the hips were not engaged was more comfortable to me. Because
And
I felt that when I was squeezing my hips and engaging the hips, it somehow was, restricting a bit of range of motion for doing the extension. So I felt that while not engaging it was more comfortable to accomplish the end pose for me. I don't know, I can be wrong.
Yeah, what about Miraya, you? Is your name Miraya?
Yes, Miraya.
Okay, okay, Miraya.
So same.
Same?
Because I could feel more relaxed. I mean, there's no pressure coming, that's why.
Okay, yes. So that was right. Like whenever we are releasing our hips, whenever we are getting our hips is relaxed, and then we are getting into this cobra pose. At that time, we are not stabilizing our lower back. The moment when you squeeze your butts, when you engage your butts, you're gonna stabilize your lower back, and then it's gonna restrict that range of motion of your lower back. Okay, so in any back bend, we have to extend our lower back too. Okay, so now here, in order to relax your lower back, not let it be stable, so we're gonna relax our butts. Okay, after that, when you enter into the posture and when you comes to that optimum level of that any posture, at the time you can engage your butts, but from the beginning we are not supposed to engage our butts. Okay, and second thing, the engagement of your abdomen. Okay, so engagement of your butts will give you stabilization on your lower back, but what's going to happen when you are going to engage your abdomen? Okay, how do we engage our abdomen usually? Do you have any idea? Engagement of the abdomen, like the same way when as we engaged our hips, so somehow we're going to engage that way. Do you have any idea how we're going to engage our abdomen in this back bend? See, in any posture in yoga usually, so if you're performing any posture, at the time, maximum time we usually use this thoracic breathing. Okay, that thoracic breathing happens. So whenever you're going to inhale, at that time your abdomen will engage. Okay, you're gonna inhale through your lungs, your abdomen will get in. When you exhale, your abdomen will start to pop out. Okay, so what do we have to understand? While inhaling, we can easily engage our abdomen. While exhaling, we will be releasing our we will relax our abdomen. Okay, so while inhaling in the back bend, that is going to stretch a muscle of your abdomen. At the same time, when you, as I told you yesterday, that whenever we are engaging our muscle, this is a tendency. The moment when you stretch your muscle, it has a nature to restrict that action. Okay, it will resist that action. So that resistance is the engagement of your abdomen at this time. Okay, so whenever you are going to inhale, your abdomen will start to engage at the same time. Okay, so let's do this with the engagement of your abdomen too. Just come up on your mat. Completely lie down on your abdomen. Now feel that engagement in your abdomen. First, we will do without engagement of our abdomen. Okay, now don't just be relaxed and get to the posture. Just now get to the posture with a normal inhalation. Very nice. Just observe this posture now. Now exhale, release the abdomen down, head down, completely down. Okay. Now in the second time, we're gonna inhale and bring that all awareness in your abdomen. Okay. Now pull up high, pull abdomen in, be engaged with the abdomen. So did you feel the difference when you are engaging your abdomen? So that engagement of your abdomen will protect your lower back. Okay. So in the back bend, we usually get like fall into inches. So in order to protect our lower back, we're gonna always engage our abdomen in any back bend, whether you are taking your arms up, whether you're doing this cobra pose or upward facing dog or wheel pose, anything with whatever you're doing. In back bend, you have to engage your abdomen. That is going to protect our lower back. That will not go. See, when you're going to engage your abdomen, somewhere you are like your spine is moving backward, but that engagement of your abdomen is going to restrict that action. That resistance is very important. See, when you're standing and you're bending back, at the time, the gravity is pulling you down towards the floor, but at the same time, that action is going to resist by your abdomen engagement. Okay, so that is why we have to always engage our abdomen in any back bend.
Sir, I
Right, that is
tried
why.
doing it, but still, I got I got little pain in my lower back. Like even after, when you said that inhale and to my with my abdomen also, but still, my lower back was hurting.
See, in the cobra pose, your lower belly should be on the floor. If you're lifting your lower belly off the floor, then you will have all extension on your lower back only. Okay, maybe you were lifting your like hip on the off the floor or lower belly of the floor.
Okay.
Okay, so in order to maintain that engagement, we need to push like one side of the muscle on the floor. Let's suppose this is the part of your abdomen muscle. So now from your lower ab belly, that should be pushed down. If you don't push it down, then you won't feel that engagement. If you're lifting your lower belly off the floor, upper belly is already lifted, then you won't feel that engagement. Okay. So in order to feel that engagement, you have to push your lower belly down. Then your upper belly is going to pull up. Okay, that will
Okay.
be extended.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
how we're supposed to do in order to reduce the stress on the lower back. The lower belly should be pressing on the floor.
Yeah, lower belly should be pressing on the floor.
Okay.
So let's do it one more time. Let's do both engagement together now. First, abdomen engagement, later, hips engagement. First, lower belly in. Inhale, come up high. Good job. So just keep on bending back as much as you can. The moment when you feel like you cannot bend further than this is the optimum level of getting into this posture, then you are supposed to squeeze your butt. Then squeeze your butt, then your spine will not go further than this. Okay, then you can hold there as long as you want. Did you understand what I mean here? Okay, so when you comes to that optimum level, then you are supposed to squeeze your butt so that you cannot go further than this. Okay, now relax your shoulders down, Miraya ji. Drop your shoulders down, very nice. Pull your chest up, and that extension should only be there on your in your thoracic region only. Okay, don't let it go to your lumbar region. Pull your chest up, roll your shoulders back, rotate your hands outward. Good job. Now release down. Okay. Now in this cobra pose, we are supposed to have 3 actions of our hands. First, that will be outer rotation of our hands. Second, first outer rotation of your hand. Second, elevation of your thoracic region. Third, depression of your shoulders. Okay, so we are not going to protect our lower back like protect our shoulder blades. That should be depressed down only. Okay, so first we're gonna rotate our hands like this. This is not the outer rotation, this is the outer rotation. When your elbows are coming together. Okay, so this is outer rotation. Second, elevation of your chest. You have to sustain this elevation from your thoracic region. This is your sternum bone. Try to pull up high from here. After that, depress your shoulders down. Depression means when you're pushing your shoulders away from the ears. This is the depression of your shoulders. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Now bring the awareness in your arms. Rotate your hands outward. Then press your palms. Elevate your shoulder, elevate your spine, elevate your thoracic region, and then depress your shoulders down. This is how we are going to do this cobra pose. Try to rotate your hands outward. Clip your elbows in. Now, while inhaling, reach up through your chest, elevate high, and then depress your shoulders down. Reduce the stress from your lower back. Sustain that stretch only on your thoracic region. Don't let it come to your lower back. Hold 1, elbows bend. 2, if you are already flexible, then bend elbow does not give you much stretch. 3, 4, and then 5. Exhale, completely bend down. Now from here, we will again going to modify this posture. Okay, now widen your hands out beside your chest. Now make a cup of finger with your both hands. Widen your arms out. Widen your arms more out according to that mat level, like mat width apart. Now widen your hands and then rotate your hands outward like this. Okay, now press your fingertips down and then try to pull your chest even higher than before. See, when you make cup of finger, at the time you're getting elevation from the spine. Okay, you get height from the floor, then it's going to be more easier to elevate it more higher. Press Miraji, pull up high. Ujja Varundaji. Pull up, press your palms, elbows bend, reach up, and then hold. 1, look front, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Exhale, bend down. Now from here, we can make a wave out of your body. Okay, just make a wave out of your body up and down like this. As you are here in this position, make a cup of finger and then clip your elbows in. Now with the next inhalation, pull up high, and then exhalation, bend your elbows, lower your head down. Inhale, pull up high, exhale, lower your head down. Inhale again, pull up high, and then exhale like this. Okay, make a wave out of your body. Press your palms, rotate your hands in, pull up high, and then exhale, bend down. Again, pull up high, and then exhale, bend down. Good job, keep on moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, again come up high. Now come up high into the cobra pose. Now bring your right hand forward in front. Right hand forward in front, center. Okay. Now bend your left leg at the knee. And bend your left leg and grab your left leg with your left hand. And adjust your left foot in your elbows. Adjust your left foot in your elbow. Like this. Try to push your elbow down, push your heel down towards the floor. Grab your back foot. Now push it down. Keep your right hand straight. And then look back. Now push it more down. Right hand straight, Miraji, right hand straight. Right hand straight. Get the elevation with the help of your hand. हाथ को पीछे लाइए अपना, हाथ को पीछे लाइए अपना, हाथ को अपना पीछे लाइए, And then press and then elevate high. Very nice. Now look back. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Now release down. Now let's do it on the other side. Extend your left leg forward and then bend your right leg at the knee and grab your right foot in your elbow. Now push it down. Keep pushing down. Yes. And left hand straight. Mirror the left hand straight. Pull your chest up. Yes. Now hold. 1, be active. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then release your leg down. Exhale all the way, lie down on your abdomen. So this is your cobra pose. If you would have block, then you could use that block too. You could use that block underneath your palms and then elevate your spine high. Okay. So if you want to write down anything, you may write down.
I just wanted to ask about the position of our head during the pose. So it should always be facing forward, right?
Yeah, in the cobra pose, it should always be facing forward. But
Okay,
in
so
Poon Bhujangasana, you're gonna look back and touch your head to your feet.
okay, yeah.
Mhm. And do you guys know any other variation in this cobra pose? How are we gonna modify this posture? Okay, so if you go against the wall, you just need to take the one arm distance from the wall. Okay, then go against the wall and press that wall and open up your chest like this in this cobra pose. Okay, that is also the good variation for those who want to deepen the posture. Okay, and you can also extend your arms up over the head against the wall and try to touch your chest against the wall and then hold the position. That's how we can also modify that posture. Now, what about upward facing dog? What is the difference between upward facing dog and cobra?
In upward facing dog, usually our abdomen and thigh would not touch the floor. So basically, it requires more of the shoulder as well as the core strength to maintain that posture.
And that does not give us stretch on our thoracic region, that gives us that extension on your lumbar region. Okay, so we do have two variation in this, like two modification that we can try in this upward facing dog. First is with tucked under with tucked toes, other with a flexed toes. Okay, so let's understand which one is more comfortable for us. Okay, I want you to do perform, please. Now press your palms, lift your chest up, thighs up off the floor. Now first with the flexed toes, reach up. This is your upward facing dog. Knees, thighs off the floor, Miraji. Knees, thighs off the floor. Lift your knees, thighs off the floor. Upward facing dog. Yes. Now this is your upward facing dog. Now tuck your toes under. Now tuck your toes under. And now again do this cobra upward facing dog and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release down. So which one you felt more comfortable? This with tucked toes under or with the flexed toes? When you were tucking your toes or flexed?
Tucking the toes.
Tucking the toes. Okay. But in Ashtanga, we usually untuck our toes. We flex our toes. Okay.
Yes.
So what is actually happening when you are tucking your toes under? At the time, it's see, when you are tucking your toes under, at the time we have good support of our feet in this pose. But when we are untucking our toes, at the time it's a kind of slant that is being made in your legs. Okay, then gravitational force that increases right there, and that directly, the different segment, like it's like that gravitational force that divided into different segments. But when you're tucking your toes under, at that time you have more engagement, and that slant does not happen in that time. Okay. And when you're tucking your toes under, at that time the engagement of your abdomen is more than untucking your toes. Okay, so that is why in order to reduce that pressure on your abdomen, we tucked our toes under. Like from the jumping back to Chaturanga Dandasana, you can directly swing forward to the upward facing dog, downward facing dog. No need to untuck your toes. Okay, so that can also help us out when we perform this posture. And we do not have much modification in this upward facing dog. You can just use the block underneath your hands in front, and that's it in the upward facing dog. Okay, so who is now supposed to do this upward facing dog or cobra pose? What are the contraindications of this back bend?
I think anybody who's having a headache, any kind of back injury,
They cannot perform this upward facing dog and this intense cobra pose. Sorry. But if you're doing baby cobra pose, like lifting your palms off the floor, strengthening your thighs, at that time strengthening your lower back, at that time you can perform this cobra pose. Okay,
but
if you
sir,
have,
no matter how much I'm trying, no, in this cobra pose, the strain is coming on my lower back. Like I'm trying, it's much
Mhm.
better when we tense our glutes, so it's much better. That time I don't feel the pain, but
Mhm.
after 5 to 6 seconds, the pain starts to develop. When I'm trying consciously, I'm trying, but still it's happening.
Mhm. See, when in the beginning you are elevating your spine, but later on you're holding that. Okay, you're not elevating. Maybe you're not elevating, and then you're just depressing your spine down. Okay, the moment when you release your spine like this, then you will have that pressure on your lower back. But when you are coming up, as you said that after 5 seconds, that pressure is coming on your lower back,
Yeah.
right?
So initially,
So
it's
just
not
keep
happening.
that
After
sustain that elevation from your thoracic region, from here, from your sternum bone. Sustain this up, and then you won't have that pressure on your lower back. Okay.
To ask something that
Mhm.
I've been practicing the full cobra pose. So in that pose, the abdomen is like elevated from the ground. It is off the ground. So is it correct, or
Yeah,
is it
it's correct. Like in full cobra pose or Purna Bhujangasana, you have to lift your abdomen off the floor.
okay?
Okay, But in Bhujangasana, this cobra pose, your lower belly should be on the floor
Yes.
always.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else that you want to ask about this back bend? All right. So let's finish today's session then. Sit in any comfortable pose. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale out. Let's chant 3 times Om, 1 time Om and 3 times Shanti. Inhale. Om. Shanti. 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 Join your hands together in front of your heart center. Bow your head down. Open your eyes while blinking. And namaste to everyone. We forgot to do this forward bend. Do forward bend too, okay? Otherwise, you will have pain on your lower back. Okay, then see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day.
Thank
You're welcome.
Thank you.